many more. So ma'am will be giving us an interactive session. So we participate in this session, and so if anytime you feels to ask any question, you can ask, and if you can message also. So in the chat box you can anytime message the queries, whatever you have. So she will be answering for all the queries later. So very warm welcome, ma'am, and thank you so much for being here with us. Please start the session.
Thank you, Amulya, for the nice introduction, and I welcome you all to Software Testing Introduction. So just let me quickly tell you, this is going to be very basics on software testing. What is it about, and what is a tester? What are the roles and responsibilities of a tester, and what is the importance of software testing in today's world? So if you are a fresher, or if you have 1 year experience, 2 years, 4 years, or even 5 years, please feel free to talk about your thoughts, your experience, and you can use chat window to let me know your thoughts in the comment section. So before proceeding into the next slide, let me quickly give you a brief introduction about myself, as Amulya has already spoken about me. So this is just a quick recap of that. I have been working in IT industry since over 10 years now, and I have worked in functional testing, web automation testing, mobile testing, and some year into accessibility testing. And recently I have made my debut as a debut speaker in International QA Tech Talks 2021, which was organized by Testvox itself. And if you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, you can please follow this link and you can connect with me. Right, so let's get started. So today the agenda will be, we are going to discuss about who is a software tester, and I will ask you guys also, because you are working in the company from quite some time. What are the roles and responsibilities of a tester? What is the importance of software testing? I would like to know your thoughts also. And then in the end of this session, we will take some Q&A. Just some discussion around it, not exactly the questions, right? So yeah, anybody has anything to say here, or we are good to go? Just say yes or no in the chat, and then we will take it further. Feel free to say, to speak, and to share. So are we ready to go ahead? Yeah, I can see some responses. Yes. No. Okay, then let's get started. So who is a tester? Before I read the definition, this is based upon my own experience, which I have gained over the years. I would like to hear from you people. What do you think? Who is a tester? So either you can unmute yourself, and either you can chat. So just let me know what you think about yourself. What is a tester? Who is a tester? And just don't feel hesitant, and just feel free to say, because just remember one thing. See, I have been working in industry from quite some time, but when I also started as a fresher 10 years ago. So one very important point is, we should always speak up. Whatever doubts we have, whatever questions we have, even if it is a small silly question, it's fine to speak up. Nobody will say what a bad question you are asking. So just let me know what you think. Who is a tester?
I would say everyone is a tester.
Sorry, please speak louder.
I would say everyone is a tester, because everyone checks the because they didn't develop it. They
Yeah.
it to find bugs.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Anybody else? Anything, whatever mind is, whatever thought. Yeah.
A person who will check the quality of an application or any
Right.
software.
Correct. Anybody else? Any words, anything? Okay, so as you can see on the screen, what I have written is a software tester is a person or an individual who tests software or AUT, the application under test, whatever you are testing, the project you are working on, to identify bugs or defects and thereby helps in contributing towards improving the quality of the software. So there is a software which you have been assigned to and you are doing testing on that. What is your purpose of testing that software? You want to improve the quality of the software. So you are identifying some bugs and you are helping in contributing towards the improvement of the quality, right? So our focus should be on the quality of the software. How can we improve the quality of the software? So as a tester, you yourself feel that you are a crucial part of the team. You are playing a very important role in the company. This is a huge responsibility, right? When you are improving the quality of the software, that means it's a huge responsibility which is assigned to you. So, can you see me now?
Yes.
Hi. Okay, cool. So, hi guys again. So let me minimize
Hi,
it.
ma'am.
Hi, Atulya. So yeah, so right, as a tester, this is a huge responsibility, and because you are contributing towards improving the quality of the software, right? So let's move on to the next slide. What are the roles and responsibilities of a tester? So I ask you guys first, before looking into this list, you tell me, what do you do? What are your responsibilities? What do you think? As a tester, what do you do on daily basis? You
The
can,
main responsibility, the main responsibility of a tester will be to provide a bug-free solution to the customer, or without any error. We need to satisfy the customer's requirement that the application or the website which is handed to us, we should provide a solution which is not having any error when the real customers checking the site or the tool
right.
application.
Yeah. That is very good explanation of the responsibilities of tester. Anybody else would like to say something, would like to add something to what Amulya said?
First step would be analyzing the user requirements so that
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
will not be any part of the software or the application you are testing, so that you
yeah.
can give a error-free software.
Very good. Very good. Yeah. So that means you guys liking your work, you like what you do, right? Yeah, good. Because, if we like what we do, then definitely we can provide quality deliverables. And that is what our focus should be on, right? So if we talk about a role, so in a company, your role could be anything. Your role is nothing but a designation. So you could be a software tester, you could be a tester, you could be a test analyst, right? So your role doesn't define you, but the responsibilities that you do in your day-to-day life defines you. So always look for the responsibilities, what you are doing. That will make you a good, successful testing professional. Never go for the roles. I mean, as much as you learn in your career, you will automatically grow. So remember that thing, right? So now let's talk about the responsibilities part. To review software requirements. Yeah, you have BRD, business requirement document, or SRS, software requirement specification document. What you do in the starting, in the beginning, you review the software requirements, you try to understand it. If something is not clear to you, then either you approach BA of the project or you approach your team lead and then you ask questions. In that case, I mean, what I would suggest, if the testing process matches with your process, then you can make a list in Excel with all your questions, like this is a doubt you have on this requirement, and then share it with your lead so that it will be helpful for you. Once you have the clarifications on the requirement, you can start designing high-level scenarios. So what do I mean by high-level scenarios here? See, for example, there is an app and there is a login feature, right? So the high-level scenario would be check the login functionality. This will be the high-level. Yeah, can you please go on mute if some disturbance is coming in the background? If you can be on mute, yeah. So design high-level scenarios means there is an app and there is a scenario. Check the login functionality, check the search functionality, check the product payment feature, right? So first you have to identify high-level scenarios, and then based on those high-level scenarios, you can start writing your test cases. For example, if we take high-level scenario as login functionality, then the test cases around this scenario would be log in with your valid user ID, valid password. Second test case will be invalid email ID, valid password. Third test case would be invalid email ID, invalid password. Something like this. You can segregate your scenario into different test cases that will improve the quality of the software, of the specific requirement. So in the same way, you can write test cases for other scenarios also, which are related to the other modules in the application or the specific modules on which you are working, right? So we have a list of scenarios, we have list of test cases. Now let's talk about test execution. So are you using any test execution tool to execute your test cases? Okay, cool. Okay, so I am assuming you know how to do the test execution. You are going step by step in your test case, and you are executing it. And if any test case is failing, you are raising a bug for that. It will generate defect ID, which you are sending it to your developer. You are preparing a defect report with all the details in it, right? Is that how you are doing it? Hello, am I the only one here? Sorry, I can't hear you guys. You can go and unmute and speak.
There are background noises, so we are avoiding by staying mute. Maybe chat window would be helpful.
Sorry, Swapna, you are not clear. Your voice is breaking.
The background noises are there.
Okay, yeah.
We are just avoiding the noise.
People are working from home. That's why they have some disturbance in the backgrounds and all.
Okay.
Little bit.
Okay, that's fine, no problem. Okay, so I hope I am audible and it's clear to you, because it's almost the 6th step now. And so, defect logging and tracking, once you log a defect, then it goes to developer, they start working on it, then they fix it, they will send you the build again, and then you will do the retesting, right? To make sure that the bug is fixed, and you the regression testing to check if any other functionality is not broken because of those fixed bugs, right? In the end, what you will do, you will prepare a test report, or you will use any tool to generate the report, which will show how many test cases are passed, how many test cases are failed, how many number of defects you raised, how many got closed, and everything, all the test execution details and defect related details you will prepare in a test report and share it with your manager, right? So if you look at these are just 10 numbers, but if we talk about, as we have already spoken about each and every responsibility in detail, there is so much work involved. And if we go by step, we are learning from each and every step. From the first step, you are learning how to analyze the requirement. From second, what are you learning? You are improving your collaboration with the team members, even if it's a BA or other team members. Designing high-level scenarios will emphasize your critical thinking. You are thinking out of the box to find those scenarios. Right? So each and every task is making you a better software professional. So you should always value your job, take interest in your day-to-day life, what you are doing. There are many more testers around us, but the way we work, the way we take every task, is that what makes you a different software professional? And that is how you will grow in your career. So if you are really passionate about testing, then you have to take each and every small task in your day-to-day life as like, this is something you have to do it. And this, do give your full efforts to your day-to-day job, and slowly you will gain interest in the system and you will start liking this job. You will start liking testing. Now let's talk about importance of software testing. We are testers, right? We started our career years ago, and maybe some of you are freshers, and you think, oh, 9 o'clock we have to log in, and 5:30 you look at the clock and see 5:30, okay, time is over, let me close the system and go home. I mean, we are already in home. So if we understand these small things, then maybe we can, we can be more interested in our work, and we can be more motivated towards our work. So importance of software testing. First is customer satisfaction, right? It improves customer satisfaction. You are doing testing, you are providing deliverables, customer is satisfied with your work, and they will give more, more revenue to the organization. You are helping in making confidence in the system. You are building the confidence in the system by improving the quality. So all these things are interrelated. Customer satisfaction, confidence in the system assures the quality of the software. If the quality is improved, by default, you will feel confident in the system. System will be more robust, and by default, internally, customer will be satisfied. Right. And now, because from last many years actually, automation testing is in place, where we have so many tools to make the work faster. Even manual testing is in place, but automation is also there. So there are two ways we can improve the software quality: manual or automation. And the last most important is testing reduce bugs in our software, as you have also spoken in the beginning, and that is how we are improving the quality. So these are the fundamentals of software testing: how you can improve quality of the software, what is the role of a tester, how you should be proud in your job, how you should take each and every task in your day-to-day life. So I had to say this from my side, and I will pass it to you, Amulya, or anybody else. If you want to say anything, if you want to talk to me about anything, please feel free. And let's take some 5-10 minutes to this section, and then we can wind up the call today. Yeah, over to you, Amulya.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Mukta. Thank you for the nice session.
You're welcome.
Dear team, do you have any queries or anything which need to be discussed? Please feel free to ask.
It was a very nice session, ma'am. We felt motivated, of course.
Swapna, this is not much clear.
Can you hear me now? Hello?
Swapna, maybe either you can type in the chat.
Okay, sure.
And guys, if you are not feeling comfortable in writing down here, you can write to me email, or you can approach me on LinkedIn with your queries. Any queries, whatever you have. If you feel demotivated, if you want to start in testing, if you have any doubts on, test execution, defect tracking, you can approach me. I will try to help.
Mukta, it was very nice session, and each step by step you're told, like the procedure and responsibilities, roles, everything. It was clear in the session, and definitely your work is a passion.
Thank you
for the session.
You're most welcome, Jasna, and thank you for the kind words. I am happy to hear that, and that is my purpose. We all are testers. If you are 1 year old experienced person, or if you are 5 years, or like me, I'm 10 years experienced, we should take interest in what we are doing. That is how we can enjoy our job, and that is how we can provide quality deliverables, and that is how we can grow in our career. So my that will be my motto, to inspire my QA communities, my fellow testers. If you can learn something from my experience, I would be more than happy to share my knowledge. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And there is
Okay.
a question from my side. I'm not sure, which is very much valid. So, if any company or client is approaching to a company like a testing company or something, so
Hmm.
what they are looking for means what we can present to them, which is different from other testing company.
So, Amulya, what you can do in terms of fetching the projects, you mean?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So what you can do, whatever projects you have done so far, you can make a list of that. What all technologies you have used, you can make a use of that. What are the resource and their skill set and the duration, in how much duration you have delivered the project. Just showcase your qualities as a team, as a company, as a, organization level, and then showcase it to the client. Like, in the past, we have delivered such projects. This was our team size. These are our resource are so skillful. They are skilled in so and so skills, and yeah, we are looking forward for the client collaboration. So like that. So they will, what this will do for the client, they will see that you have, first of all, you have a structured program. Like, okay, and this is your team, this many projects you have used, and these are the technologies you have used. You have skill resources, so that will give confidence to the client to give you more projects.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Mukta. Actually, I have a question. I
Yeah. Hi,
joined
Nihal.
late. Yeah. Actually, can you just explain the importance of agile thinking with software testing as a whole?
So, so as a whole, I mean, quickly I can talk about it, because the topic itself is very huge and in depth, so that will take so much time. So, see, now the world is progressing towards agile. Now, initially, in earlier days, we were working in waterfall, traditional model, V model. Now we are working in agile. So in agile, it's a very continuous progress, continuous delivery. And how it is, you have sprint system. It's a 2-week sprint system. Sometimes some companies have 4 also. So it depends how the organization are following the agile methodology in their project. So quickly, I will tell you, because it's a huge concept that I won't be able to finish it in today's session. So it's like 2 weeks sprint standard time, and then every we have session where we discuss requirements. Requirements are in the form of user stories. Each and every requirement is called as user stories. And then, like, here I spoke about going through software requirement document and stuff like that. But in agile, we have sprint planning meeting, where we discuss on the user stories. What is a user story? What is the acceptance criteria? And everybody, like developers, QAs, product owner, and scrum master, everybody will be there in the sprint meeting, and they will analyze all the user stories. And after that, we have estimation part, where we estimate how complex is the story. Is it medium? Is it complex? That is again very in-depth concept. If you want, I can, maybe a later point of time, we can discuss about this. And that is how. And after 2 weeks, you deliver a project. You deliver that amount of work which you have worked over 2 sprints to the client, and then client will give you feedback that you can incorporate in your next sprint, and the work is going on. So continuously you are delivering something to the client, which is helping in customer fulfilling the requirements. So that is how it is.
Thank you.
You're
Okay,
welcome.
Mukta, this is Jitesh, and I would probably ask one last question if the time permits.
Yeah.
Since you mentioned that you've been working on this particular industry for quite some time,
Mhm.
so as a tester, I just wanted to understand from your perspective, what would be your recommendation, or what would be your preference from the project management perspective? And are you preferring to work on an agile based development approach as a tester, or your preference is predominantly towards the waterfall type of project management, because that involves a single testing but a lot of work. But agile, I do understand that you have a multiple sprints where
Yeah.
a minimal amount of work but a lot extensive phases. So
Yeah.
what would be your preference as a tester?
So, very good question. So as a tester, personally, I would feel agile is better because you are continuously delivering something to the client. So that way constantly you are evolving, and it is making you a very efficient tester. Because what I have observed in SDLC in traditional models, like, okay, when we generally don't have that deadline, we are like, okay, we are taking our own time and doing testing that way. But in agile itself means you are you are actively contributing to the successful delivery of the project. So personally, if you ask me, and as per the market trend also, agile is most beneficial.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
no. I hope all the queries are clear. And if you have anything else to discuss or ask Mukta, she have already provided her LinkedIn details ID to us. So anytime you can approach to her. So thank you so much, Mukta. It was a great. It's our pleasure that you are here, joined with us. So thank you so much. This was a very informative session.
You're
Thank you.
welcome, Amulya. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you. And I'm recording this session. So if you want, I can share the recording also with you.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Have a good day, guys. Have a good evening. Thank you so much for joining in.
Thank you so much. Thank you, team.
Thank you all. Bye.
Yep. Thank you, Mukta. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Bye.